Welcome to Living the Dream, sponsored by Jackrabbit Dance, the podcast that brings together studio owners, dance educators, and leaders in the industry. Hosted by Ree Gold and Laura Giacomelli, each episode is packed with real talk, inspiration, and a passion for the dance life. We're so glad you're here. Hello, Laura. Hello, friends. Welcome to Living the Dream. Today we have a special guest, a tap dancer who is rising in fame across this country, and somebody that we had perform at the gala last year for the Dance Life Teacher Conference, and she's really special. Please welcome my co-host, Laura Giacomelli.
Hi, Ree. Thank you, everybody. Great to see everyone. Yeah, we're thrilled to have Dre with us today. And today is definitely for all the rhythm lovers and educators out there, myself included.
She's a powerhouse in the world of tap, an artist, choreographer, educator, and inspiration in every sense of the word.
Yep. And while we get things rolling, let us know where you're watching from, drop a hello in the comments, or tell us your favorite memory of a tap class. And we love hearing from our Living the Dream family. So, Ree, how's everything going with you?
Busy week. I think we talked about this on last Thursday's podcast. I went to the Industry Dance Awards, but I think I came back with a cold. First time I've been sick in over a year, and a little sore throat, runny nose, and dealing with it. Other than that, I'm living the dream, my friend.
Nice. You had a good run. At least it's been a year. That's pretty good. I'm not getting sick. I mean, I'm looking at the bright side.
I am a guy who's home a lot, and I think it's, when I go out and get exposed, it's too much for my body now.
Yeah. And also airplanes. We were talking about that before we went live. Airplanes are like, ugh. When I bring my son on an airplane, I'm like, don't touch anything. Don't put anything in your mouth. Don't touch anything. Don't put your hands in your mouth. Like, I just put myself on repeat.
I think I said this to you. I make fun of the people who are out there with their disinfectant wipes, wiping their seat. I wish I was one of them last week.
Now you regret your decisions. I get it.
How's life really for you?
Life is really good. Since last Thursday, let's see, what did I have going on? I did not have my son this weekend. So this weekend was a little bit of like work-life balance. So taught a couple private lessons on Saturday. And usually when I teach private lessons, it's all for like my soloist and my duos and my trios and stuff. But this weekend I had some time free. So I just was like, who wants to work with me? And I had a ton of my younger crew want to work with me this weekend, and none of them have like solos, duos, or trios. So they just wanted to like come in and put in some extra work. And so it's nice. It's nice to see that young crew being hungry and excited and wanting to work one-on-one. So that was super exciting to work with them. And that was pretty much it. I went to a haunted house on Saturday night for the first time in 10 years. So that was exciting and different. But that was my weekend. Nothing crazy.
Did you take Cole, your son, to that?
No, that was not that was an adult only event. I think I screamed my head off. I'm like, Cole would have not slept in his bed for years. So Cole was at home with his father.
I get it.
Hi,
Patty Neal is with us. Say hello to Patty. We'd love to say hello to more of you. Let us know who's here and where you're from. Okay. So when it comes to tap, did you grow up tap dancing?
Oh, I did for sure. My studio was very different. I shouldn't say different. I think it had a more old school mentality growing up. So when you got to age 6, you were expected to take ballet, tap, and jazz.
Yeah,
those were like our classic forms.
I grew up in that kind of school as well.
Yeah. I love that. And as a teacher now and as a studio owner that doesn't require that, you can see the difference in children who
Mm,
tap and who don't. Yes, there's always the kids who have an ear and just a natural musicality. Yes, there's all of that. But there's some kids that in tap class, the way that they hear music and the way that they hear rhythms, like I'm like,
mm,
you get that from your tap class. You don't get that from jazz. You don't get that from ballet. Like it's just you can see it. It's noticeable at my studio, and I always will love tap. I'm lucky. I have a pretty thriving tap program at Libra. I'm very very lucky. We have, I think one of my classes has 18 tappers in it. Like we have a really
mm.
program. So which I love because it's one of my passions.
Tap was so important to my mom that she had what you call the professional class.
Okay.
And it was young teachers, her oldest dancers, and it was an hour and a half jazz class, and it was an hour and a half tap class.
Wow.
And it was die-hard tap class.
Mm-hmm.
I was not the best at it. My brother Rennie was better at it than I was. I was the one who would get thrown out of class. I remember one time my mother goes like this, wing, 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 and I yell, hello. She says, out. I remember it distinctly. I never did anything like that again.
So you learned your lesson at least.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because when I made the move from Massachusetts to Carolina, I didn't unpack every box. And last weekend, I decided I was going out to the garage and unpacking some more boxes. There's still more to be unpacked. Ask me in a year if I finish. But I found my tap shoes. Found my tap shoes. Been a while. I don't know if I want to put them on or not because I don't know if I can tap anymore. But
you could still tap, Ree. You can absolutely still tap.
Okay.
I have no doubt.
I'm gonna take that and maybe tap.
Yeah, I think you should. And record it. Put it on the Instagram. Put it on the
I need some time
Instagram.
by myself before I record it, please.
Fair enough. Get the cobwebs off and then show us.
Okay, you got it. I think I do like lyrical port bras or something. That will be my breakthrough. Some beautiful lines.
And then add a little shuffle ball change.
If all you want is a shuffle ball change, I can give you that. I think I can.
You don't have to do rips and time steps and all of it. Just a simple shuffle ball.
Okay. No double pickups. No pickups forward, backward, side. No.
Nope. I'm not asking for much. Just a shuffle ball change.
Okay. I'm going to give you that one day. Really soon.
Perfect.
Hey, Aaron Ray, nice to see you, my friend. Glad you are with us this morning. So, let us go into thanking Jackrabbit Dance for their sponsorship. I'm going to pull up something here. I got it.
Yep. So
Go ahead, Laura.
So Jackrabbit Dance helps studios across the world stay organized with their class management, billing tools, and more. So teachers like us can focus on what really matters, their students and their passions.
And we will be back after this with our guests.
This episode is sponsored by Jackrabbit Dance, the dance studio software empowering you to build the studio of your dreams. With over 20 years of experience, Jackrabbit has the solutions and industry insights to help your business grow. Want to increase student enrollment, optimize your pricing to be profitable, or improve staff retention? See how other studios are using Jackrabbit Dance to hit their goals year after year. To learn more, visit jackrabbitdance.com/benchmarks.
Hey, welcome.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going. How we doing?
I'll speak for myself and I can't complain. Excited, excited to have you with us today, my friend.
I'm so excited to be here. And Ree, I heard, the whole thing about you found your tap shoes. So, I'm ready for our duet.
Yes.
Ooh, can I sit in the chair?
Sure, we could do the chair dance.
Okay, let's do it.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
get sitting on.
Yeah.
Okay, this is looking more like I'm going to put those tap shoes on.
Yeah, for sure.
Dre,
I have to go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Laura.
I was just going to say, Dre, I have to tell you, I saw you at the gala at the Dance Life Teacher Conference, and oh my gosh, as a tap dancer, it was epic. I feel like everyone literally, we were on the stage, we all just kind of like sat up and leaned forward. And it wasn't just me. I'm looking at Dee next to me and Tammy, everyone just leaned in. It was just magical. So
incredible.
and amazing rhythms and patterns, and your whole group that you had. It was amazing. I truly enjoyed it, especially and I feel like it's hard, at least I live outside the city of Philadelphia, and it's hard to find tap like that. It's hard, like when I take a tap class, it's beginner, maybe beginner intermediate. And it's like, oh, we got to go to Steps or Broadway Dancer. I got to get to New York to experience that, so it's just so nice to have that at the gala. So good pickery for sure. for sure.
Yeah, that was such a special moment for us. I mean, everybody was so welcoming and engaged, and you could feel that, like exactly what you're saying, how like everyone was leaning forward. Like we felt it, and we were so lucky to be able to do it, twice. And my goodness, the way that it was received, it's like everyone there really understood, it's like we were communicating with each other.
Yes.
Such a sharing, even though we were the ones performing, it really felt like a communication within the entire room. So it was such a magical experience. I mean, at one point, everybody was on their feet and I was calling in the next dancer. And it wasn't until I looked out that I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's standing up. It was incredible. Wow.
Yeah. I feel like that's something about tap that maybe a lot of people don't realize. You can be touched by it just as much as a contemporary or a lyrical or a ballet or a jazz. I don't think people realize that necessarily. There's still that emotion and that magic that happens with tap.
100%.
And I feel like in that room, because you're in a room of dancers and educators, it was probably just like amplified. Because I was just like, oh my God, there's gonna be tappers here. Like I haven't seen a tap. You go to competitions and stuff, and there's some incredible tap at competitions, don't get me wrong. But to see a tap company, that's hard to come by, at that level. So it was really neat.
Thank you. And I agree. I think there's a downplay on what tap is capable of with the younger generation. I feel like there is so much authenticity and emotion and story and physicality that is missing, from the younger generation, I think. But it's something that was instilled in me. The way that tap dance was handed to me and passed on to me was very organic, and it was very raw and real and hard and a challenge, and it wasn't easy, and it wasn't given to me very like kind, and it was like, here we go, like what do you have to say, like here blah, 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 like find it, figure it out. And I also love that because it's like it kind of got me out of my comfort zone and requested that I rise to, I guess, what they saw in me that I didn't see at the time. So yeah.
Okay. How did it happen for you? Like, what's your early dance journey? Did you go to a studio? Did you fall into tap right away? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes. So this one goes out to my mom. Hey. So my mother was a folklorico dancer, with the big, Mexican skirts
Mm.
and so she was a primary dancer in a company. And so then when she had me, she was like, I'm going to put my daughter in folklorico dancing. Well, I did not like the dress. It was too big. There's too much happening. And so mom had taken, dance classes from Melba Huber, who was the national tap dance historian, at the time. And so then when I didn't like folklorico, she said, I'm going to put her in tap dance. So she put me in tap dance. And I fell in love with it. She said I would not stop. We were in the grocery store and I'd be like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she'd have to tell me to, and so that's my immediate journey. Mom said she didn't like this, so we're going to put her in tap. And then I ended up loving it. And then from there, Melba.
How old were you?
I was 2. I was.
Oh, you were a baby. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And can I say, normally studios don't put people in tap shoes.
I was one of those. Listen, mom was like, we have too much energy here. We need to release this. So yeah.
It was good. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Tell us a little bit about one of those early teachers.
Yeah, one of my early teachers. Yeah, I have many. So being in a small town, McAllen, Texas, it's at the tip of Texas. Melba did a really great job of cultivating students, and then they became our teachers. And so I think my earliest teachers that I truly found a passion with and was inspired by are now like my sisters. And so, that goes out to Julie Doyle Reyes and Edwina Perez. And they were I was like, whoa, look at what they're doing. And then once I turned 15, Melba saw this. And then that's when she took me to meet, Jimmy Slide, the Nicholas brothers, Henry Latang, all the guys. At the St. Louis Tap Festival. And then that is my earliest memory of being absolutely thrown. I knew I felt the rhythm and we could only do so much in at the studio. And then I remember just arriving at the St. Louis Tap Festival and, Melba's walking with me. She's like, you ready? And I'm like, I'm so pumped, and I just hear these rhythms in the room. And she opens the doors to the ballroom, and it's all the guys, and some kids as well, and it's just like rhythms that I'd never heard before that just opened a door, physically and within myself. Just the way that it sounded, she opened that door and I froze, and she was like, well, go on. Get in there. And I looked at her and basically she gave me the boot and I joined the circle. I don't know what I did. It was my turn to improvise for the first time with these guys that I had no idea how big, they were. And I can't remember the steps that I did, but I know that I did it with every soul, like every part of my soul. I was just so happy to be there. And so it's like slapped in the face by incredible rhythm. And it just moved me. And I knew in that moment that I was going to do it for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Laura. I don't want to. I interrupted your question. Go ahead.
No, you're absolutely fine. Well, I was going to say 2 for starting tap. That's so young.
It was.
So young.
Sorry.
No, just being a studio owner, that's not something. I think I introduced tap shoes at 4. So when you were like 2, I thought to myself, oh my God, that's even 2 years before that's even offered. And to be honest, I think my home studio too, we offered it growing up. I think I was 4 when I was introduced to tap shoes. It was like creative movement ballet. So like to start with that's a really cool, that like you found your niche right away from the time you put like your first pair of shoes, like your tap shoes. Like that's so cool. Not ballet, not jazz, but your tap shoes. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was definitely, we had a ballet tap combo situation, and mom, we started with tap because it takes a long time, to tie the thing, and so at that time we started with tap dance, and then you just take them off, and then we did ballet, and so 2 years old, I was very sharp.
Little, so sweet. So kind of shifting it a little bit, you performed on some world iconic stages, but what is your most memorable performance and on what stage?
Oh gosh, my most memorable. There's so many that immediately pop to my mind. I mean, I will say the first one that kind of pops up is Radio City Music Hall. With Michelle Dorrance. We were at an award show. It was like the Shine On Awards. I think Celine Dion was there, Miley Cyrus. It was just an award show. And we did a piece that we learned. Everything happened so fast. I just remember being very excited, nervous, and everything at the same time. And it was a surreal moment. I just remember I had just moved to New York from college, and I remember I blacked out. I think I did the thing.
Right.
Towards the end, when we were doing some trench, some trenches, the thing that we always do, and I remember at that moment, it's I came to, and I saw us on the screens. And it was such a moment of this is the dream. This is the life.
Oh.
Yeah, it was surreal. It was small town, Latina, on this stage. It was a moment, very special.
Yeah, that is I can remember the first time I had my recital. And I feel like that's a very similar experience, going out and turning around and looking at the kids behind me and then looking forward, being like, wow, it's cool when you are in the moment and your dream comes true, and you can actually be in the moment and be like, wow, all that work, all that training, all that time, all that passion that I put into it, it got me right here. And I'm in it and I'm doing it. Congratulations. That's amazing. And Radio City, oh, what a memory.
It really was a beautiful, and then there's many. It's it's such a blessing to be able to work, like you said, work so hard for something that is not just what you want to do. It's what you have to do. I feel with every bit of my soul that this is the only path for me. And so to be able to put my shoes on every single day, and travel and perform and mentor, and guide, and then it's community, and it's this thing that's so special and precious to me. And I want more people to experience that. And I heard what you were saying about, how back when I was in school as well, it was tap, jazz, ballet. These are the three fundamental things. And for me, look, I'm getting passionate. I'm
No, it's good.
That's what we're all about.
I know. It's so vital if I can impart to studios across the world. You implement tap dance. It has to be there. It just does.
I agree with you. I know what happened, though. Want to know what happened?
It got too hard.
No, lyrical, contemporary, acrobatics, the choices of what a child has to sign up for is very different from the days of ballet, tap, and jazz. Not that I think that any child should miss out on a tap dance education. I feel like the world has changed, and it is not the priority of particular school owners. But do I believe in the value of tap dance? I think it affects everything else that you do and improves all of your rhythm, proves just a knowledge of the beat of the music. Like it seems simple, but if you don't have the tap background, you're missing a piece. You're missing a little piece.
Yeah, it's like there's an activation that is hidden. Without tap dance, there's something that is not activated in that dancer. And so then I think that you have to ask yourself, as a studio owner, or as, you know, what are the goals of the studio, right? And then it's like, are you really competitive? And if you are, then you need to make sure that every part of your dancer is activated. And I think the best activation of integrity, of fight, of you know, when you work so hard for something and it's finally achieved, this activation comes, in my opinion, through tap dance. Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said too about the loss of like the well-rounded dancer. I understand. To me, growing up, my teachers always would say, like, when like we would get to a point where they would introduce modern, we'd add in point, there'd be more ballet. And those conversations with families would be like, well, you have to drop a class. You have to drop a class. And the class that would get dropped would be maybe not doing tap, maybe not doing this, but you did your ballet, you did your modern, things like that. But what I will say is, when I stuck with tap all the way through to my senior year, I loved tap. And I remember when I went out and danced professionally, my one friend was leaving. She was leaving her dance company, and it was mid-season. They're like, do you know anyone who could jump in and take your place? And she's like, yeah, Laura. So I go in. I didn't have to audition. I just walked in, took her place, and they go, you can do jazz? Yep. You can do ballet? Yep. You can do modern? Yep. Can you tap? I'm like, yeah. They're like, can you take on like 3 more pieces? Because that one used to tap. Can you jump in these 3? And I thought to myself, wow, like what a missed opportunity to perform if I didn't know how to tap. Like I was in more than half the numbers in that show because I knew how to tap dance, because I was well-rounded. Yeah. And they were like, oh my God, we thought we were going to have to hire 2 or 3 dancers, and we didn't know you could tap. Like that was like the tapping part was the deciding factor. That was the hardest dancer to find, the tap dancer. And I'm like, yes, wow. And it's that well-rounded, it's like booked and blessed. Well, the more well-rounded you are, the more you can fulfill that, be booked and blessed, being well-rounded. You know, I think that's a little bit of I don't know. People are losing that a little bit.
And I agree. You bring it now into the real world. And so for 4 years, 2 years on Broadway with Funny Girl, and then 2 years on tour, I was running the auditions and or the tap portion. I was involved in those, and I remember seeing, and it's true, tap dance is, for that show, it was a vital, beautiful moment done by Ayodele Cassell. And you know, so seeing the tap, you know, it's like the jazz and the singing and the this and the tap, you know, it's we gotta do it. You know, we gotta train, we gotta, you know, tap, jazz, ballet. Boom.
Yeah, it deserves the same amount of respect. I think that's where it goes back to. It's just, in my eyes, it's just as important as ballet. It's just as important as jazz. At least when I was growing up, it was like you couldn't, when you signed up and you took the 3 classes, there was no, well, I'm going to drop one. And I remember the owner saying, well, then we're not the right studio for you. Like, that's how old school she was. Like, you train in these 3 styles if you ever want to get into company. And we didn't even compete. Just to be collegiate and be in the company was a big deal. And you couldn't drop any of them.
Right.
Period.
Sure. I wonder why.
I want to say, no, you go ahead. I want to say a shout out to Kathy Medina. She's from Massachusetts. I grew up dancing with her. She actually was in a couple of tap numbers with me, just saying.
Oh, yes. We need to see the footage.
Yeah, really. No.
Kathy and the dancers of that time, we have arranged for that footage to be buried in the desert. Because wait. You thought you were good until you look back 20 years before and you go, ooh. I'm gonna say.
But Rhea, I will say too, the tap choreography that I was putting together 20 years ago compared to what comes out now, what people are producing now, it's like
I agree
it
with
blows
that.
it out of the water. Like some of the tap choreography when I'm at competition, it stops me in my tracks. Yes, like truly, I'm like, and I just stop. And like sometimes I close my eyes and just like listen. And I'm like, God, she's so crisp. Got like the soloists all the way through the large production numbers and taps that you see at competition. I mean, competition, we go to 4 seasons. That's where I'm seeing a lot of the tap, but the level is just, it's unbelievable. Really. I mean, it is Broadway. It's that level. It's professional tap they're putting on in that senior group, that senior production line. It's amazing, truly, how some of these tap schools are training these dancers up. It's like mind-boggling, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I think because a lot of them don't like make it mandatory for tap, I think what's happening, because we're seeing good still production of tap via competition, I think the private lessons now are able to move at a quicker pace. That the more that's happening, then the connection is still getting a good foundation for great tap to be displayed at competitions. So I think there is a, there is a balance, I suppose, that's happening if the studio is not doing a mandatory tap class. Then the privates are just that much more intense, I think. Yeah.
So you taught all around the world in the US. What is your core philosophy when it comes to passing tap dance on to the next generation?
I think my core philosophy is the being present in the room with who you're sharing the rhythm with. I think the rhythm of life is so significant for me. My family, my friends, love and joy, and I think when you do something, you do it fully with all of you. And I do that when I walk into class. Every class that I teach, I try to connect with people, and sometimes you get so in your head about maybe missing a sound or it not being perfect, or maybe it's not as precise as it needs to be. That will come. That will come. How you show up and with whom you're showing up with. It's like it's more than just the steps. And I think it's important to remember that, because tap dance is authentically you. You don't sound like me. I don't sound like you. And that's beautiful. And everyone's voice should be heard. Everyone's voice should be worked on and cultivated and represented. I think it's such a parallel mirror to you as a human being. That's how passionate I feel about tap dance.
No. Well, but when it comes to like getting your dancers to feed into that and to unlock their confidence, what do you do in class? How, in a tap class specifically, how do you get them to feel that comfortable and feel that confidence with you? And just in general.
Yeah, I think I think the way that I articulate what needs to be done. I think a lot of the times what I notice is people see the full thing and they're like, they get overwhelmed and they now are focused on the anxiety, the stress, of the full phrase, instead of taking it literally one step at a time. And then you'll realize that you complete the entire thing, by doing it one thing at a time. And so I focus a lot on the calming of the mind, calming of the anxiety, and what are we anxious about and why? Because it's going to get done. It's going to get completed. You just have to realize what you're supposed to do and then do it. And the thing that I think gets everyone is the anxiety and the pressure and the stress and the this and that. And you remove that and you talk about what is that? Cramp roll, dig brush heel, boom, great, let's roll it. And they're like, it's just a cramp roll, dig brush heel. once I'm able to make them realize it's not as big as what you think it is, then we get somewhere. I think that the first thing is the calming of the mind, because the mind, if you're not in control of that, you can't keep going.
Yeah, I feel like we were talking about. Oh, go ahead, Ray.
I want to ask a question, then you go, Laura. Do you think the calming of the mind is more difficult now than, let's say, 5 years ago for these kids?
I think with tap dance, no, because it does require a lot of information, a lot of detail, a lot of precision and fast thinking and coordination and minuscule little things to happen. So I think they are ready for that quicker. But the calming of the mind is the issue. It's like they are capable of this fast world, of this fast thing. And so then when you have a conversation, I do think it's conversations that that help to continue forward with this, you know.
Trey, you threw me for a loop with that. I thought you were going to say yes, that it's harder now. I was like, ooh,
no,
I love how you explained it. I agree with you the way you explained it, but I that wasn't the answer that I thought, because I was going to ask the same question, right? We're literally on the same vibe. I was like, that is not the answer that I thought she was going to give.
Yeah. And even then, I think everybody's capable. I agree. I think you're capable. Like, you can tap dance.
So much encouragement. I'm coming back on live, ladies and gentlemen, later today to tap dance for all of you.
Do it. I don't know. I just have this this incredible belief in every human being that takes my class. If you are there, I was once told by Ayodele, because I would get nervous. You know, we do get nervous. We're human beings, right? We do big things. Sometimes it's kind of incredible to walk into a big theater and be like, we're about to do this 3-4 tier, and it's like we are about to perform for, you know, this amount of people. It's nerve-wracking. We're human beings. And I remember talking to her about that, and this is the best advice I think that I was ever given, because it got me to do it, to just do it. She said, what are you nervous about? She's like, the hardest part is showing up. And something so simple like that. I was like, that was my mantra. We were doing a few shows together, you know, a few of her shows, and it was the hardest part is showing up. The hardest part is showing up. Like, don't let your mind win, you know, the whole thing. And it's true. I think the hardest part is showing up. If you show up to class, if you show up to learn, to grow, to train, you've already made the commitment, right? So let's do it.
Yeah. So when it comes to the younger generation, why do you think tap resonates with them currently?
Why do I think tap dance resonates with the younger generation? I think it's difficult, and I think there's enjoyment in it. The
Conquering.
What's that, Ree?
I said conquering.
Conquering,
Meaning,
yes.
Yes, going in, not being so good, and coming out and saying, I can do that. Like,
Yes.
I look at tap dance as, if you've danced your whole life, you can tap dance.
Yes.
You just have to conquer it. You just have to say, I can, and walk in that room.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And there's also one thing that I noticed in judging or just going to, you know, competitions. There's so much sad. There's so much emotion, depression. They want to express that side of them. Okay. And I'm not saying you can't do that with tap dance. I can express a sad piece. Of course, I can express that. But tap dance at its fullest energizing capacity is just that. Energizing, joyful, fun. I mean, it's athletic, it's the whole thing. And I feel like they also want that. They see it and they're starting to be like, oh my gosh, we've been in sad.
We've been in contemporary lyrical category for the past 2 hours. Let's mix it up a bit. And yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah. It's refreshing as an audience member, not even as a judge, seeing 2 hours of low emotion, like deep, and it's beautiful too. But that contrast, like you're saying, it's important.
Yeah.
Okay, here goes my smart ass comment on what you guys just said.
Are you not the ass?
I said it. I said it in the morning talk show. To those that are watching or maybe listening on Apple or Spotify, know that contemporary could be entertaining. Contemporary could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's the choice that we make.
Yes.
Like, I look at it and I go, the first person who gets out there now in the middle of all of this contemporary and makes someone laugh with their contemporary piece is the one who will land on top at this point.
Great. It's so true. Because that's the one that's going to stand out and be different. That's what's going to resonate with them. It's going to be different. They're not to say that there is an incredible deep choreography in the contemporary category. The contemporary category, every time I see it, I'm like blown out of the water. I'm like, this is like New York City professional Alvin Ailey, some of the stuff that I'm seeing. It's incredible. But you're right. It's like sometimes you need, it doesn't have to all be so heavy. And I think it also has to go to, we have to consider too, this is not adults that we're choreographing on all the time. These are children. So sometimes lightening things up is really something we should consider. Like, yes, us, starving artists as choreographers and teachers, we like to do all of that too. But I think it's important that we recognize who we're choreographing for, our audience in any genre, making sure that it's mix it up.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the I don't know, I'm not going to say anything more. Give me one piece of advice for the teachers of today who are teaching dance.
One piece of advice. One thing that I do, I think, for the most part, I have to remember that I am affecting lives. Every time I go in, I'm affecting kids, students, adults, whoever. And we don't know other people's lives, and they don't know my life. And so I think it's the responsibility of the teacher to, at least for that hour or hour and a half or however long, to offer them not an escape, but a place where they can explore, experiment sound and rhythm, mess up, and it be okay. And there's no recourse or you're not gonna get in trouble for messing up, but it's to provide them with a safe place to explore. And I think in the world, it's hard right now. You make a mistake, and often there's repercussions of that mistake. And so with everything that's going on, I think providing people with this, like, boom, let's go, like, make a mistake, that's fine, let's do it again, we're gonna get it, and then finally giving them the opportunity to get it. I think be patient, and then also be moving, is my thing. Be patient and moving at the same time.
And moving as in physically moving.
Both, Ree. Yeah, physically and emotionally. And I just know that when I was a child, my teachers really impacted my life. They were role models. they, were caring individuals, and we don't get that all the time. I after being, around, there are people who just go in and boom, it's bop, bop, bop. But I was very lucky to have people who cared about me as a human being. And so I carry that with me because I know I needed it as a kid. I needed to have that compassion while getting the training and the hardcore, technicality of things. There are certain things that I won't ever do because I learn. We learn through what affects us good and bad. But that is one thing that I will always do. Everyone who takes from me knows that my door is open. Should they need advice, should they need, training, anything regarding tap dance, they know that I'm there for that. I do believe this is my purpose. I do believe I'm meant to create, tap shows and choreography and continue this journey. But I also feel like I'm meant to impact lives to the best of my ability. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Great answer, my friend. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Spoken like a true educator.
Thank you.
Which is, I think, what the world needs. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to switch it up a little bit right now, Dre. So this is called our quick step rapid fire round.
Oh, no.
So we're going to, buckle up. So literally all you have to do is just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. So first question, favorite tap step to teach?
Bambolina.
You knew that right away.
I love a bambolina. And everybody loves it.
I love it.
It's so fun.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
A city that inspires your creativity?
New York City.
Yeah.
Most used phrase in rehearsal or class?
Do it again.
One more time. Nope, just kidding.
Yeah.
One word that describes your teaching style?
Joy.
And it comes through, by the way. It comes through in this talk, too.
Thank you.
Yes.
I want to say hi to Jen. Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. So, Dre, thank you so much for joining us. I feel like your energy, artistry, and heart is infectious. And who knows how far your impact is going to go on the face of tap dance. I'm sure it's going to be huge.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. And keep inspiring, keep doing your thing. I mean, bringing joy to the dance world is for sure something that you do. So thank you for doing it.
Thank you guys so much. I've had a blast.
Thank you to Jackrabbit Dance for always supporting what the Regold Company is up to and also what the dance community is up to.
Yep. And don't forget, you can catch the replay of this episode on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and you can always rewatch the video on Facebook as well.
Until the next time, keep living the dream, friends. Thank you, Dre, one more time.
Thank you, guys.
That's a wrap on this episode of Living the Dream. A huge thank you to our sponsor, Jackrabbit Dance, for their support of our community and helping dance studios thrive. If you loved today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your dance friends. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep dancing, and keep making a difference.